Resumes, they're nerve-wracking, awkward things to write. And we all have to pull our hair out figuring out exactly what to put into them. So today I'm going to give you a few tips on what you should be including in your resume.
Next Level Coaching.
Hey, I'm Jim Kelly with Next Level Coaching, and I'm here to bring your career to the next level. While you're here, gently hit that like button, gently hit the subscribe button. We wouldn't want to hurt your phone, but we would like to see the channel grow, see more people getting good information. So today we are going to be talking about resumes. Those wonderful, wonderful things that sell you to your potential future employer. This is what separates you from the person who does not get a call. So we want to make sure we are nailing this and nailing it good. Now, that being said, you can have the best resume in the world and you are still probably going to have a sub 10%, reach out on your resume when you apply for a job. That is unfortunately normal in today's society. This can be mitigated through networking and things to that effect as well. But be prepared for rejection and do not hear things. That's how it goes. So, that being told, we're going to go over a few things that are going to make this process a little bit easier for you. Not a lot easier, because writing resumes kind of sucks. But I digress. Let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is the length of your resume. This is a very, very important thing. And I've seen some resumes have gone way, way too long. For an entry-level position, I received a 6-page resume once. That was a bit much. So generally, if you're going for something at entry level or near entry level, you're going to want to keep your resume to 1 page. Okay? As you go to slightly more, mid-career, you're going to be between 1 to 2 pages. You can go into that 3rd page, but try not to. Okay? And then last but not least, when you're going for senior management positions, that's when you can go to that 3rd page comfortably. And you should never go past 3 pages. That is a bit much for somebody to read for your resume. So the next thing we are going to talk about here is formatting. Now, I love being creative with format as much as any other human being. I love the artistic displays we can get with pops of color, with design. Unfortunately, AI does not like that. And most companies are using some form of AI to do ATS, applicant tracking systems, where they're looking for keywords that you should have in your resume to go, hey, this person fits this role. Fantastic. Okay. So because of that, we can't really do interesting formats. So it should be, going your name and all your information up top. Make sure if you're on LinkedIn, you're including your LinkedIn in there because employers are going to want that information. Then a summary statement about who you are. Then generally it's going to become areas of expertise, systemic knowledge. So putting in, this is what I know. This is the systems I know. And then putting in your actual information about your career and then following up with educations and any, professional licenses or things to that effect going in at the end. The next thing I want to talk about is what not to include in your resume. So first thing you don't want to include is headshots. Okay, unless you are in TV or some media where your face is going to be relevant, don't include a headshot. It can generally, most of the time, hurt you, not help you. So, don't include a headshot. Next thing you want to not include is your references. So, references, everybody's going to have them. Everybody knows they're available upon request. So don't fill up the valuable real estate space you have with your references. And last but not least, as we hit a certain age, it gets easy to discriminate against somebody if you're continuing to put dates that are 15, 20, 30 years in the past on your resume. So you can begin to cut off pieces of your, jobs to more aligned to make it seem that you are younger than you are to get that interview. Pretty much anything beyond 20 years you want to be cutting off unless you've been at the same firm for 25 years and there's no way to cut it off. Next thing I want to talk about is that you are going to constantly need to micro adjust your resume. Every single job you apply for is going to have different keywords it's looking for. So you have to look at their job description and tailor your resume to the job you are going for. And that is a lot of work. It's a pain in the behind, but you have to do it because if you're not hitting a certain percentage of them, generally somewhere above 60%, but closer to 80 is better, but you don't want to be hitting 100% because then it goes, oh, you're just making this for this resume or for this application, which you are, but you can't do that. So you have to be tailoring your resume to each individual role you're applying for. Otherwise you are just rolling the dice and hoping for the best. But we want to give ourselves the best chance to get that job. So let's do some tailoring. And the last thing we're going to talk about is put what is quantifiable in your resume. So a lot of things we do aren't quantifiable. I attend meeting, blah, blah, blah. I sit on so-and-so council. Great. Fantastic. You're really important. That's exactly what we're trying to relay in our resume, right? But what did you do that is measurable? Just like in your end of year commentary, you want to have measurable things. Oh, I increased, this by 50%. I saved the company X amount of dollars. I ran a project that brought in $500 billion in revenue. Whatever it is, of course, I'm using outlandish numbers because that's how I roll. But, whatever it is, make sure it is in your resume. You want at least 3 quantifiable things in your resume. The more you can get in there, the better. Because that shows, oh, this person actually is bringing value. That makes the manager look twice and consider giving you that interview that you want to be getting to. So there we have it. 5 tips for you for your resume and how to make yourself as appealing as possible to a future employer. So we are going to avoid all those splashes of color that we all desperately want in our corporate lives. We're going to be making it as ATS friendly as possible. We're going to not include our references or headshots. We're going to be making sure we have a good format on our resume. And we are going to make sure that we are putting quantifiable information in there to make ourselves as appealing as possible. Now, if you have any other questions on resumes, feel free to pop them in the comments. I will either answer them, in the comment box, or I might make another video to, explain it to you. All right. But with that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, that you've hit that like and subscribe button and help me out a little bit. And I will talk to you next time.